Tori wants to know your opinion on the new limited optics in USPSA. He says, I can't. Oh, Adam, are you clicking stuff? I can't remember if it's been voted on yet, but it is a good thing. Is it a good thing, or are classes getting to be too many?
So I people are going to go to where they go in the sport of USPSA, right? So giving people options is not necessarily a bad thing. And of course, you got to remember, this is me coming from, 13 years autocrossing and racing, where there were at the time 66 different divisions or classifications of different race cars and things to drive. So you want to talk about an overabundance of classifications that might, so to speak, thin the talent pool a little bit. And it never did do any such thing. Nobody could ever say like, oh man, I won a national championship because so-and-so wasn't there, because there'd be 5 other so-and-sos that might move from a different class to try to take that championship away from you. So I think the talent pool is as deep as what your particular skill level is. I think the limited optics division is going to be a hit. And why is because the most popular pistol right now kind of on the planet is, and we're seeing a resurgence of it, is the 1911 double stack, or what we call the 2011s. So, I mean, we're seeing a huge resurgence of those. Like STI changed their name 4 years ago to Staccato. We're seeing those guns now, those pistols being approved for duty use for law enforcement. And lots of law enforcement departments have adopted them and allowed them for duty use. So now you've got, and of course, just like with anything, as soon as it's adopted for law enforcement and military use, then they sell like hotcakes to the available public, because civilians see it and was like, well, if Copper Crime Stoppers got it, then I need to have it. So we're seeing a huge resurgence in 1911s and 2011s. They don't necessarily have a grasp right now. And red dots are the other thing. That's what limited optics really kind of stems from, is single action only pistols with red dots attached to them. That's the 2 biggest predominant things we've seen over the last 4 years. That's been the hardest, or the highest growing and hardest hit market in the firearms industry, is 2011 single action guns with red dot optics. And yet there's not really a division in place for people to take these new founded pistols to go shoot competitively. IDPA allows them, USPSA hasn't. So USPSA has proposed a provisional division called limited optics, which would allow like carry optics, but for 2011 pistols. It's not been voted on yet. It won't be voted on until the end of January, probably 1st of February, where USPSA will be taking all of the input based on membership surveys to hopefully then sit down at a board meeting and take all of those surveys seriously and find out, if it's viable or not. And if the membership wants it, then the membership will receive it, and it'll become a provisional division. I've already got my limited optics gun ready, and I'm going to be a staunch supporter of limited optics throughout the entire year. Just to compete with it, because it's fun. High capacity 1911s with red dot optics. What's not to love about it?